What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. Today we're checking out the new album Mind Burns Alive by the doom metal band Pallbearer. They have been around since 2008, and this is only their fifth studio album. They didn't release a debut album until 4 years after their inception in 2012, titled Sorrow of Extinction, which Pitchfork awarded Best New Music. Not too bad for a very small band from Arkansas, and then they would win that award again in 2014 after releasing Foundation of Burden. Then in 2017, they dropped one of the best metal albums, as far as I'm concerned, of all time, and also, of course, of the year. It was titled Heartless, which is my favorite album from this band. They started to include grunge and prog influences into their music, and they were also awarded in 2017 Metal Hammer Golden God Award for Best Underground Band. They went back to being strictly doom metal in 2020 when they released Forgotten Days, which is one of the best albums within the genre. Not only is this band able to write really heavy riffs, but the atmospheres that they create are absolutely incredible as well, along with the clean vocals, which are very melancholic, and their vibe is just so heavy, along with the melodies that are just completely intoxicating. Each new release that this band has just adds to and also evolves their sound even further, making this new album highly anticipated, especially when they gave us the first single for it, Where the Light Fades, where they said that they were going to be focusing more on building heaviness through emotion as opposed to just really heavy riffs and songwriting and drum work. They were going to be focusing more on the atmosphere. The 6.5 minute long track definitely takes its time in doing so, starting off very gentle with fantastic vocals, a clean guitar, and smooth drum passage. It effortlessly draws you in and puts you in a trance. The interludes are beautiful, and they start adding in distorted guitar with just a little bit of fuzz that becomes more intense as the song steadily builds up to the climax. It also makes for a great opening track, setting you up for the title track, which picks up basically where it left off with a fat distorted guitar, groovy drum section that goes through different transitions before it all cuts out, going into a very chill and kind of sorrowful verse. The echoey guitar and gentle drums match this downcast vocal performance. It explodes as it goes into the chorus, which has huge chords and a little bit more of a vocal presence to it. The music continues with a guitar solo-ish interlude. It's like an interlude where the guitar is the main focus point, but it isn't doing wheelie doos or anything like that. It fits the overall aesthetic of the song very well. It's almost 8 minutes long, but it goes so fast, it makes it easy for you to go back and listen to this thing multiple times, just so you can hear how epic it is again and again. Then we have the song Signals, which goes back to having more of a calm atmosphere that's a little theatrical. It picks up a little bit as it goes into verse 2, but honestly, it doesn't really get going until you get to the chorus, which is still quite slow. The lyrics and storytelling are definitely the strong points of this song. It's very heartfelt and emotional. The bridge is also one of the most passionate moments found on this album. Then we have In This Place, which was another single released for it. It has an acoustic guitar. It gets interrupted by a thick wall of sound from an electric guitar and drums. It is 10 minutes and 38 seconds long, making this the longest track on this album by 3 seconds, and it is just a progressive thing of beauty. You can listen to this multiple times and get something new from it with each listen. The lyrics have great imagery, and you can really feel the despair in the vocals and struggles with what I'm assuming to be mental health and depression. The outro does feel a little long. It's 3 minutes, and it definitely feels like it just keeps going. I feel like it could have been cut in half, but at the same time, it is still enjoyable. Then we have the song Daybreak, which is very quiet with meek vocals and the music kind of just hanging out in the background. The drums start to set a foundation for one of the fuzziest riffs I've ever heard. After each guitar chord, you can still hear it fizzling off for quite a while. The peak of this song is huge, and it goes right back to being very quiet with the acoustic guitar kind of just plucking along, making the hills and valleys of this song huge, and it just makes it probably one of the biggest roller coasters that I feel like this band has ever written. That brings us to the closing track with Disease, which is the second longest song on this record. I feel like the drums stand out the most and steal the show. It's fairly theatrical and it also has the least amount of lyrics. So it makes up for this with having fantastic instrumentations and an actual guitar solo that still manages to fit the song. It does feel a little long because of this still, but it's not bad. The back half of this song is pretty dark and it helps you to push through to the end. The riff sounds evil and the vocals match very well, which is a nice touch considering how docile the vocals have been leading up to this. They feel, like I said, very meek, very gentle, drawn back, and then now they're finally letting loose with all the emotions they've been feeling. I love this album. I wouldn't say it's their best. It doesn't beat Heartless for me, but as far as concepts go, this is still fantastic. It's also one of the most emotional things that I feel like this band has ever written, while at the same time they're definitely pulling the reins back in other areas. This band is more defined by eras as they kind of transition through different types of genres within the doom metal, kind of adding in more things here and there. And I feel like they're transitioning into a new era quite gracefully. It's not like my favorite thing that they've done. They said that they were going to be focusing more on emotion, and I feel like they did this pretty well. But at times I feel like it's a little bit overdone. It's a little bit too forced at times, where they're being more quiet and more docile, and then they kind of ram things up a little bit, and it does feel a little formulaic because of that. It's like they're going to this thinking we need to be emotional, so this is what we're going to do, instead of just letting the song flow and play out itself. It definitely feels like something that they were aiming for, even when it doesn't feel like it was necessary at times. It doesn't really hurt this album that much in my point of view. It definitely makes it feel a little bit longer and more bloated, and it does make it a little bit harder to listen to this multiple times like I did for this review. Some of the songs are definitely repeatable, but as a whole album, it was a little tough, whereas some of their past stuff you could just throw on the whole album on repeat and just have a go at it and enjoy it all the way through without really having any downtime in between the bigger sections. It just flows. And yeah, this album, while it does feel more concept-y in that sense, it's definitely missing a lot of the excitement that the other albums have. So with all that said, I gotta give Mind Burns Alive by Pallbearer a 7.7 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. I have a feeling that opinions might be a little split on this. Sure, I might have been critical, but I still feel like I gave this a pretty good score. So yeah, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Mind Burns Alive. Let me know what you rate it and what your favorite song is. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me and my channel even further, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you have anything you want me to do a review on, new, old, album, EP, single, whatever, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and I'll do my best to make that happen for you. And I thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me sit here and talk about music. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you have me watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.